I'm Brian, and that's Dez. And every week on PSVR,
This week,
we take a look at the new VR games that are coming to the PlayStation Store this week.
we gather up all the trailers we can find, all the descriptions we can plagiarize, and condense them down to the short video for you.
Sometimes we look at delayed games, updates, DLC, or new game announcements.
So without further ado, here's PSVR This Week.
Jupiter and Mars is an underwater adventure set in a future Earth in which everything science warned us about has come to pass. Sea levels have risen from melting ice caps and climate change, and as a result, the coastal cities are all but completely submerged. Since man's disappearance, the oceans have begun to reclaim themselves, with coral and nearly extinct creatures returning to their once thriving levels. But the artifacts of man's once formidable presence still remain, and an elite race of whales known as the Elders enlist Jupiter and Mars to help neutralize a global network of semi-functioning bases and machines that are disrupting sea life. Along the way, Jupiter and Mars will meet legendary creatures, perform incredible feats, and maybe even live to tell the tale.
This is the story of Jupiter and Mars.
Today you will perform simple memory tests. In front of you is a ball and 3 cups. I would like you to hide the ball under any of the cups, move it around, and reveal the ball. I will observe your progress.
Drawing on elements of Southern Gothic and using settings of derelict towns, rundown motels, and murky, decaying swamps, A Chair in a Room will take you through an investigation of institutional corruption, religious immorality, and murder, which can only be unlocked by searching deep within your own psyche. A calibration room will allow you to get comfortable in VR, but once you call the elevator, you begin your story as patient number 6079 in the Greenwater Institute, with no recollection of who you are or what you did to be here. Dark visions bring your lucidity into question, and only the doctor's supply of medication can suppress those who wish to haunt you. Prison Boss VR is a crafting and trading game that turns your VR space into a jail cell. Craft cigarettes, alcohol, and cookies for other inmates. Earn cash until you can't store it anymore and become the prison boss. This week, Limited Run Games is again doing what they do best, this time selling a physical version of Prison Boss in extremely limited quantities this Wednesday, April 24th at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern. There will also be a bundle available that comes with the soundtrack on CD. This week, Gun Club VR got a huge update in the form of patch 1.01, which includes the long-awaited sandbox range, a whole new way of playing. You can place a large range of targets, as well as destructible boxes, plates, bottles, fruit, enemy targets, and more. These arrangements can be saved and loaded so you can replay them quickly. Also included in the update are 5 new weapons, along with some huge improvements for the two-handed move controller tracking. Theater Room VR is a Japanese-only video viewing application that realizes a video theater experience in VR. By purchasing content within the application, you can enjoy movies and animations all inside of a virtual movie theater. And with Update 1.20, you're able to watch movies with two friends in a virtual space with voice chat to get the full Mystery Science Theater experience. Hopefully Sony can get this thing out of beta and made available to the rest of the world soon.
Okay, I'll be back in a few seconds, okay? Don't stand up.
What happens to a family when they lose someone too soon? What happens to you when you are right there with them, watching? Following the death of a close family member, Afterlife is an interactive VR experience like none other. Entirely new technology was developed to film the live-action story, one that takes the audience through branching narratives that'll weave seamlessly in and out between storylines. You'll uncover your own version of the story, as you interact with objects and follow characters simply by sight. Afterlife is set to release in May 2019, and Part 1 of 3 will be free to try out, with the complete experience selling for $9.99.
You're sick, you're sick, and you're hallucinating with grief.
Now, break through the void and be present. You are fully prepared for this journey.
You always played with me.
Sparrow. Is that you?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to PSVR
This week. We'll be back next week to tell you all about the VR games coming to the PlayStation Store.
But keep in mind that no one outside of Sony really knows what games are coming when.
But we'll do our best to keep you up to date each and every week on PSVR This Week.